Welcome all, Jawahar. Today we'll discuss about the consumer rights and protection. Because recently you are all aware, on 24th December every year, we are celebrating as a National Consumer Day. The National Consumer Protection Day. It is because on this day in 1986, a comprehensive law was enacted for India. The Consumer Protection Act 1986. Well, today the law has been amended subsequently in 2019 and 2021. It has brought in quite a lot of changes in favor of the consumer. Consumer is the king. The consumer is the ultimate person. This is what a lot of cliches are going around. Let us today find out not what is the changes that have been brought in, but what ails our consumer system. There is a National Consumer Helpline, which is maintained by the Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi, and it previously used to receive nearly about 18 to 20,000 grievances every year. But it has now changed from 18,000, 20,000 to 70,000 complaints are received online. And these complaints are sent to the companies concerned, the establishments concerned. They address the grievances then and there. Where they are not addressed, they are all sent to the Ministry of Home Affairs, who deal with the subject with the company direct, or send it to the police for necessary further follow-up action. This is what is happening with regard to the helpline is concerned. Well, now coming back, a consumer, we always say, no, customer is a god. Customer is the person who runs the business. The business houses, the industrial bodies, they always say, without the consumer, we can't operate. The consumer satisfaction is ultimate. But many times we find that kind of a cliche. Consumer justice is the central theme in many areas, and particularly the e-commerce establishments have come in, where more than 1 crore of the people, they started doing what is known as smartphone shopping, which means that they have started buying online. Particularly the pandemic has opened that, and large number of e-commerce sites have come up where they are selling the consumer product. But are they adhering to the instructions of the consumer rights? Many of them are not, because there are always complaints relating to two things. One is defect in the product or deficiency in service. These are the two items on which a consumer can approach a consumer redressal forum. He can even directly address the company concerned and do it. And online market, what happens is many times the people, they make the payment, but they don't get the product, or the product is defective. When they return it back, they are neither getting their money back nor a new product being sent. This is the major problem. Of course, there are certain companies, there are certain people who involve in kind of a cyber fraud. I am not dealing with that cyber fraud, but there are some grievances, legitimate grievances. For example, when the vendor is particularly selling a vegetable or a fruit or say a grocery, on online, they don't have a standardized pattern of saying 250 grams or 500 grams. Rather, one company sells it at the rate of 220 grams. Another company sells at the rate of 340 grams. The consumer is confused about the way in which he can compare the prices because the payments are different. So there should be a standardization mechanism by which the online trade business establishment should be brought under certain discipline. This is one area. Then what is the main grievance? The grievances are mainly because the products are not as being exhibited. The product is not complete shape, or there is, instead of one product, they have sent it to another product, and once the follow-up mechanism is done, there is very little response from the company. This is some of the experiences. Though we are all aware that 80 to 85%, even 90% grievances of the consumers are redressed, still we want 100% compliance by the e-commerce companies, because in future the e-commerce companies are going to play a vital role. So we need that they become what is known as a consumer justice compliant mechanisms available there. Right from the pricing, right from the quantity, right from the day in which before which the money is returned. If there is a delay, the company should take responsibility and refund the money along with the interest. These are the protection that should be made in the law. Though there are effective protection in the law, many times it becomes very difficult to approach. Well, now there is a breach of your consumer right. Where do you go? You are all aware that we have 3-tier system available. Number one, at the national level, number 2 at the state level, and number 3 at the district level. Though there is a valuation being fixed for the price of the product or the price of the service, then what happens today is that they have given a quite lot of freedom for the consumer, because the Consumer Redressal Forum is a participative mechanism where the consumer himself appear without the need of a lawyer and argue and get the justice. But many times, many places, it does not take place. It is a long drawn process and we need the support of a lawyer, and this defeats the very purpose of the law. So today what we require is, again, it should become participatory in nature. So the consumers themselves should be able to approve. And number 2, now the amendment has been brought where for up to 5 lakhs of rupees, one can make an online complaint to this Consumer Redressal Forum at the district level or state level. But what happens? You can only send a complaint where the process has to take place. And the process, now the government said, instead of 45 days, within 30 days, the redressal should be taken place. That is, the order should come. The consumer is not able to get redressal within the period prescribed in the law because of long drawn processes. It is the main problem, the main villain in this entire scenario, that adjournment. Adjournment after adjournment, when it is being given, what happens is number of cases are start piling up, and the kind of a compensation they get at the end of such a long drawn battle may be so poor or so less, it may not inspire another consumer to go and approach these forums. If the adjournments are very strictly avoided, even if the law itself provides, the rules provide that no adjournment can be given on the second occasion, then I think most of the cases can be brought, most of the cases can be completed on time, prescribed in the law. And similarly, there is always participatory mechanism. Today people are more educated, people are more aware, and the awareness has to be created among people that whenever there is a breach, they should not just lament and sit down. These days, the other way around, what the people do is, instead they go to the social media like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and they put their grievances. Sometimes they put a photo of the product, what they have received online. And this, acts as a big push. It gives a big push because the companies are scared about the reputation being spoiled online and particularly on social media, because it spreads very, very, very fast. So they are scared. An online system, they work very well. But we make our own mechanism in order to ensure the consumer justice. It is not enough that we provide more rules and regulation, but we also provide what is known as, number 1, participatory mechanism, where the consumer himself will be able to appear without the support, without the help of a lawyer or an advocate before the consumer forum. Number 2, the delay should be avoided and you should be able to get justice within the day prescribed. Number 3, adjournment should not be granted as a matter of right, where the forum should restrict the adjournment. I think we will be able to get justice. Constant vigil is the price of democracy. So is the consumer rights and justice. Constant awareness. And we need to spread more awareness among the people, among the consumers. Thanks for watching. Share with your friends. Till I meet you in another video, this is your Jawahar signing off. Bye-bye.